According to over 100 Reddit threads, news articles, marketing publications, and copywriters, copywriting as a career seems to be dead. ChatGPT and Claude can now write 1,200 words per minute, be fully trained and customized, and cost less than a night out. McKinsey literally said generative AI can already create first drafts of brand advertising, headlines, slogans, social media posts, product descriptions, and personalized messages. Klarna used AI to cut around $10 million in marketing costs annually. CMS Wire said junior copywriters are already being displaced by generative AI tools, and OpenAI, along with researchers from Open Research and the University of Pennsylvania, found that a massive percentage of white-collar work is exposed to large language models. So, copywriting must be dead, right? Well, my name is Quentin, and I'm a copywriter and media buyer who currently makes $25,000 per month and manages over $1 million per month in paid ads. And my freelance business has actually done significantly better since the rise of AI, not worse. But here's the truth. Copywriting is not dead. Low-level copywriting is dead. Generic copywriting is dead. I can write 5 emails and 3 Facebook ads. Copywriting is dead. The type of copywriting where you sit in a Google Doc, write some fancy words, send it to the client, and pray that it works. That is genuinely dying. But copywriting as a skill, copywriting as a strategy, copywriting as understanding people, as understanding offers, understanding markets, understanding attention, paid ads, what makes a stranger stop scrolling and take action, that is more valuable now than ever because AI made words cheap, but thinking is still expensive. And in this video, I'm going to go over exactly what you should be doing as a copywriter in 2026 to stay ahead of the game, how to use AI without becoming dependent on it, and the new skill sets that are going to be more in demand than ever in the next coming years. AI isn't coming anymore, it's already here, and companies are already looking for AI specialists, creative strategists, media buyers, and copywriters who can leverage AI to scale their business. And they are willing to pay a lot for it. But before we get into what to do, we need to understand what AI is actually replacing. Because if you do not understand this, you will either be way too scared of AI or way too confident that it cannot touch you. Both of those are very bad. AI is very good at first drafts. It is very good at rewriting. It is very good at summarizing research. It is very good at taking one idea and turning it into 50 versions. It's very good at writing product descriptions. It's very good at writing generic emails. It's very good at giving you headline ideas. It's very good at making content faster. But that is not the same thing as being a great copywriter. Because great copywriting is not just words. Great copywriting is diagnosis. It is knowing why the ad is not working. It is knowing why the offer is not converting. It is knowing why the hook is getting clicks, but the landing page is not getting opt-ins. It is knowing why people are booking calls but not buying. It's knowing which pain point matters most. It's knowing what claim you can make and what claim will get your ads rejected. It is knowing when the copy sounds good but the strategy is wrong. And this is where most people are going to lose. They are going to think AI replaced copywriting because AI can write copy. But that is like saying Canva replaced designers because Canva can make graphics. It did not replace good designers. It replaced people who only knew how to drag text on a screen. AI did not kill copywriting. AI killed lazy copywriting. Okay, So with that being said, here is what I would do if I was a copywriter in 2026. Number 1, continue to learn as if AI did not exist. I use AI every day. It is a great tool, but as it stands, it is still only a tool. And those who rely too much on AI will never be able to use it fully. And I know that sounds backwards, but it is true. Because everyone has access to it. Because everyone has access to AI. Everyone can open ChatGPT. Everyone can ask Claude to write a landing page. Everyone can generate 100 hooks. Everyone can say, make this better. That is not an edge anymore. The edge is knowing what good actually is. The edge is knowing what to ask for. The edge is knowing when the output is wrong. The edge is knowing how to train the AI because you understand the market better than the AI does. You cannot just tell AI, be perfect, write better, make no mistakes. It does not know what that means. You have to understand your client. You have to understand the offer. You have to understand the market. You have to understand the ideal customer. You have to understand what they believe, what they fear, what they want, what they have already tried, what they are skeptical of, and what would actually make them take action. And as you understand those things, AI becomes extremely powerful. But without those things, AI just makes you a faster, bad copywriter. And that is dangerous because before AI, if you were bad, it took you a long time to write bad copy. Now you can write bad copy instantly. So my first piece of advice is simple. Study every day, study ads, study offers, study hooks, study landing pages, study sales calls, study YouTube titles, study VSLs, study the comment section. Study what people actually say when they are complaining. Study what people say when they are excited. Study what people say when they are skeptical. Because copywriting is not really about writing. Copywriting is about listening. The best copy usually does not sound like a copywriter wrote it. It sounds like the customer said it. And that is something a lot of AI copy misses. It sounds clean, it sounds professional, it sounds polished, but it does not sound real. And as everyone switches to pure AI, the value of raw, authentic, real messaging is going to go up. So here is a simple daily study stack I would use. Read one good ad per day, rewrite one hook per day, break down one offer per day, study one landing page per day, and save every phrase you see that makes you feel something. That is how you build taste. And taste is going to be one of the most valuable skills in the AI era because AI can generate options, but you need to taste to know which option is actually good. Number 2, practice manual writing daily. I start most of my days just writing. I pull up a new Google Doc and just start typing. Sometimes it's a post, sometimes it is a YouTube video exactly like this one, sometimes it is an ad, sometimes it is random stuff about my life, but I do it because I do not want to lose the ability to think, and that is what I think a lot of people are missing with AI. They think the danger is that AI will write for them. That is not the real danger. The real danger is that AI will think for them. Because if every time you have a blank page, you immediately ask AI what to say, eventually you stop building the muscle of having your own thoughts. And that is a massive problem. Because the ability to create and use critical thinking has never been more valuable. AI cannot truly create from nothing. It is a massive junk pile of everything that has ever been created, all squished together in a big blob in the online universe. Now, that does not mean it is not useful. It is extremely useful, but it is pulling from patterns, and if you only pull from patterns, you will eventually sound like everyone else. The best copywriters are not valuable because they can type. They are valuable because they can see things other people do not see. They can make connections other people do not make. They can take a random conversation, a client call, a customer objection, a Reddit comment, a weird insight from their own life and turn it into a hook that prints money. That comes from writing. That comes from thinking. That comes from reps. Number 3, learn media buying for ads. Paid ads are still as alive as they ever have been. People are still investing billions of dollars into media buying experts. And even though there are so many AI softwares out there claiming to manage ads for you, I am not sure AI will ever get to the point where it can fully replace an ad strategist. Could it automate parts of media buying? Of course, it already does. Meta has Advantage Plus, Google has Performance Max. Platforms are already using machine learning to optimize delivery, targeting, placements, bidding, all that stuff. But that does not mean strategy disappears because someone still has to know what to test. Someone still has to know what angle to use. Someone still has to know what offers to run. Someone still has to know if the problem is the ad, the funnel, the call, the price, the lead quality, or the follow-up. And as a copywriter, the ability to see the full picture is incredibly valuable to your clients because most copywriters only see the words. They write the ad and then they're done. But when you understand media buying, you can see the ad, the hook, the click-through rate, the cost per click, the opt-in rate, the booked call rate, the qualified rate, the cost per qualified call, the close rate, the return on investment, what works, what does not work, and where the funnel is breaking. And that changes everything because now you are not just a writer, you are a diagnostician, and clients, they don't just pay for writing. Clients pay for problems to be solved. And here are the basic metrics every copywriter should understand. Click-through rate tells you if the hook and creative are interesting. Cost per click tells you if the market cares enough to click about it. Opt-in rate tells you if the landing page promise matches the ad promise. Cost per lead tells you how expensive it is to get someone into the funnel. Booked call rate tells you if the lead magnet or funnel is attracting people with intent. Qualified call rate tells you if the messaging is attracting the right people. Cost per qualified call tells you if the economics of the funnel actually make sense. And the ROAS tells you if the entire machine is profitable. And once you understand those numbers, you become way more valuable, because if a client says the funnel is not working, most copywriters have to guess. But if you understand paid ads, you can look at the numbers and say, the ad is getting clicks, but the landing page is not converting, or the landing page is converting, but the calls are low quality, or the hook is strong, but the offer is attracting broke people. That is a completely different level of value. Long story short, copywriters allow you to fix the problem, but knowing and understanding media buying allows you to diagnose the problem. And when you can do both, you save your clients more money because they do not need to hire two separate people. And a lot of the time, you can fix issues faster and more effectively anyway, because there's no miscommunication between the media buyer and the copywriter, because they're both you. Number 4, learn creative strategy. This might be the biggest one. AI is advancing so fast. Tools like Hicksfield, Runway, Midjourney, Sora, Veo, and all those other AI creative tools are making it easier than ever to produce content. And Hicksfield has even had talks about raising funding at a multi-billion-dollar valuation. And that should tell you something. AI creative is not a little trend, it is becoming a massive industry. And I have multiple claymation and Pixar style Hicksfield ads crushing it right now. I paid for the highest level max plan annually because I know how valuable the skill is for me to understand, master, and deliver for my clients. Because the reality is, copywriting, media buying, and creative strategy used to be 3 different roles. They are not anymore. At least not if you want to be really valuable. The old model was simple. The copywriter writes the words, the designer makes it look good, the media buyer runs the ads, the client hopes everyone communicates, but the new model is different. The new model is one person who understands the customer, the offer, the angle, the ad account, the creative format, the hook, the platform, and the AI tools that can produce the asset faster. That person is extremely valuable because attention is the game now, and creative strategy is the skill of figuring out what will actually stop people from scrolling. Not just what looks cool, not just what looks trendy, not just what AI can make, but what makes the right person stop, pay attention, believe the claim, and take the next step. That is creative strategy. And if you are a copywriter, this should be exciting because copywriting is already the foundation of creative strategy. A great creative strategist is basically a copywriter who understands visuals, platforms, testing, and performance data. So if I was a copywriter right now, I would not just learn how to write Facebook ads. I would learn how to think in concepts. I would learn how to come up with angles. I would learn how to write AI image prompts. I would learn how to create short form video scripts. I would learn how to analyze winning ads. I would learn what makes creative feel native to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I would learn how to use tools like Hicksfield or Runway to produce ad concepts. I would learn how to test creative in batches. I would learn how to look at the numbers and decide what to make next, because the future of copywriting is not just being a copywriter. The future of copywriting is a strategist with a keyboard. Okay, number 5, learn how to use AI the right way. This is where a lot of people mess up. They either refuse to use AI because they think it is cheating, or they use AI for everything and slowly become useless. Both are pretty bad. I use AI every day, but I do not use AI to replace my thinking. I use AI to accelerate my thinking, and there is a big difference. Here is how I personally use AI. I use AI to organize messy ideas. I use AI to summarize research. I use AI to create variations. I use AI to stress test angles. I use AI to find objections that I may have missed. I use AI to help turn one idea into multiple formats. I use AI to make my workflow faster, but I do not let AI decide the strategy. I do not let AI be the final editor. I do not publish anything that I do not understand, and I do not use AI to avoid learning the skill myself. That is the line. AI should make you faster. It should not make you dumber. And the better you get at the actual skill, the better you get at using AI. A beginner using AI gets beginner outputs. A master using AI gets leverage. That is why I think the people who are actually good at copywriting are going to become even more valuable, because they can train AI better. They can spot bad outputs faster. They can produce more ideas. They can test more angles. They can move faster than they ever could before. But the people who never learned the fundamentals are going to be in massive trouble, because if your only skill is typing, AI is a threat. If your skill is thinking, AI is leverage. Number 6, sell outcomes, not deliverables. And this is a big one. If you want to survive as a copywriter in 2026, stop selling words. Stop selling emails or landing pages or ad copy. Those are all deliverables, and deliverables are easy to compare. If one person says, I will write 5 emails for $500, and another person says, I will write 5 emails for $100, and AI says, I'll write 5 emails basically for free, then you are in a race to the bottom, and you do not want to play that game. Instead, sell the outcome and play the value game. Sell better booked calls, sell lower cost per lead, sell better qualified prospects, higher conversion rates, better ad angles, better creative testing. Sell the business result, because clients do not actually want copy. They want what copy can do. They want more leads. They want more sales. They want better customers. They want a funnel that works. They want ads that convert. They want messaging that makes people care. So instead of saying, I can write your emails, say something like, I help coaching and education companies find stronger ad angles, improve their funnel messaging, and lower their cost per booked call. That is so much stronger because it's a specific result. That is so much stronger because now you are not positioned as a writer, you are positioned as someone who understands growth, and that is where the money is. Number 7, if I was starting from zero, this is the order I would learn. First, I would learn from direct response basics. I would study headlines, leads, offers, CTAs, objections, proof, urgency, specificity, and desire. Second, I would learn customer research. I would study Reddit threads, reviews, sales calls, comments, testimonials, competitor ads, and actual customer language. Third, I would learn offers, because a great offer makes copy easy and a weak offer makes copy miserable. Fourth, I would learn short-form ad writing, hooks, open loops, pattern interrupts, curiosity, pain points, beliefs, and objections. Fifth, I would learn landing pages, how to structure a page, how to match the ad promise, how to build belief, and how to move someone to the next step. Sixth, I would learn meta ads basics, not because you need to become the best media buyer in the world, but because you need to understand how your copy performs in the real world. And seventh, I would learn AI prompting and workflows, how to research faster, how to generate more angles, how to repurpose ideas, how to train AI on a client's voice, how to use AI without sounding like AI. Eighth, I would learn creative strategy, because this is where I think a lot of the money is going. The person who can understand the offer, write the hook, generate the concept, create the AI visual, launch the test, read the data, and decide what to make next, that person is not going to be easy to replace. That person is going to get paid. So, is copywriting dead? No. But the easy version of copywriting is dying. The version where you could just learn a few formulas, write some decent emails, call yourself a copywriter, and charge a few $1,000s, that is going to get harder because AI can do a lot of that right now. But the real skill, it's not going anywhere. People still need to be persuaded, offers still need to be positioned, ads still need to grab attention, funnels still need to convert, and companies still need words that sell. The difference is the bar is higher now. You cannot just be a writer, you need to be a strategist, you need to understand AI, you need to understand creative, you need to understand data, and you need to understand the customer. And if you do that, I genuinely believe this is one of the biggest opportunities copywriters have ever had. Because most people are going to use AI to become average faster. But if you actually learn the fundamentals, practice writing, understand media buying, learn creative strategy, and use AI as leverage, you can become extremely valuable. Words are cheaper than ever, thinking is more expensive than ever, and the money is not in writing sentences, the money is in knowing what sentence needs to be written. If you want to learn more about copywriting, media buying, AI creative strategy, and how to actually build a high income skill in 2026, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with videos almost daily on these topics. See you in the next one.